All right. So Raw opened up with this whole Judgment Day fiasco, the Judgment Day scandal. Rhea Ripley comes out to the ring. And basically Pat McAfee is trying to sell us this. And it's funny because I think WWE recognized their problem with this whole storyline, and it's something that I pointed out when this all on SummerSlam actually, is that the idea that Rhea Ripley is the babyface here is laughable in my world anyway. And I've been talking about an ideological divide that's been going on in wrestling. Really, it's been going on in the world, and it's just seeped into everything, every aspect of our life. But yeah, I think that's part of it. Is ideologically, I don't find Rhea to be the sympathetic character here. And you'll hear if you rewatch this, Pat McAfee is really trying to drive the point home that he literally says too, she's on the right side of this. We know it, and she knows it. Direct quote from Pat McAfee. So they're really trying to drive home the point to make sure that we know. And listen, these fans, I guess, are on the other side of the ideological divide, which in my world is called faggotry. It's called bitch. But basically, like, these fans are eating it up. They're totally buying into Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. Another piece of shit that treated everybody around him like pieces of shit. As the sympathetic characters here. And I'm just not buying it. And I think WWE even knows it. And WWE knows that Rhea and Damian aren't on the right side of this. So they sort of have to gaslight the fans through Pat McAfee. By straight up telling us she's on the right side of this. But yeah, she comes out and cuts a promo where she's saying, and again, this is where it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like we're trying to fucking wash away the entire relationship that they had, Rhea and Dom, where she's going, she opens her promo more or less with, when Dom turned on me, kissed Liv, I felt embarrassment and heartbreak. And I'm just thinking, like, embarrassed because the guy that she's been publicly embarrassing every week finally stood up to her and said, fuck off, you fucking cunt. It's like, again, I just can't buy it. I can't buy it. And I'm starting to find Liv and Dom and the Judgment Day in general, the new Judgment Day, to be more of the sympathetic characters, even from Finn's standpoint. But yeah, then she goes into this line of saying that, he couldn't go deep enough, as if, like, cucking him out is something new. Like, that's literally their whole relationship, is that she's been cucking him out. So her making fun of the size of his penis, which also, let's be honest, is lame at this point. Like, it's the go-to for women. She could literally be choking on your cock the night before, and then you piss her off. She starts going off that it's not big enough. You know what I mean? Stupid nonsense. Yeah, it's just lame. It's just lame. And it's also like, where's the big, oh my God, wow, she just said that. It's like, yeah, that's kind of their relationship. That's what it's always been. So yeah, then she gets interrupted by Liv and Dom. Dom explains, and this is again where I start going, yeah, I get you. Is where he starts explaining how embarrassing it was to be a grown man calling a woman that's not his mother mommy. Getting bossed around, not making him feel like a man. It's like, yes, Dom. Good for you. You finally got away. I feel like a person that, like, I realize, like, oh, I just didn't like them together. Dom's not that bad. I respect him for finally getting away from that wicked fucking cunt. And then he gets a better, younger, more attractive, more submissive woman. And again, that's where we go into the ideological divide. It's the fact that maybe it's just the time we're in, that there's a lot of fucking cucks and simps that are watching the show, and that's what I definitely believe. But I'm just like I'm totally on Dom's side here. I'm totally on his side. I totally understand it. I think it's a lot of dudes, especially the dudes who are writing this shit, are the ones who again, they see women as strong equals. So, for Dom to go, she wasn't making me feel like a man. That's a heel. That's a heel in today's society. It's like, I get it because, I get in trouble for saying that I believe in gender roles. I'm a sexist. You know what I mean? And I just think that's a natural thing. But it's the people who say that I'm evil for thinking that actually buy into this bullshit that we're watching. Yeah, so, Rhea starts cutting her part of the promo, her response, and she starts getting what chance? Now, in my mind, I was thinking, like, please, I hope she's getting the what chance because people are seeing through this bullshit that they're watching. But it's not. It's because Rhea was just a bore fest on the mic for the second half of this. But yeah, she goes into this whole thing though of how she says that Liv took everything from her, and basically just took away her weaklings. And at this point, Damian comes out, or he stands behind Liv and Dom like Mike Myers, and they realize that he's there, and he attacks Dom, and it kind of just goes into this whole brawl kind of thing. And I'll be honest, I didn't like this segment, how it ended. I didn't really like any of it because of just the story that's being told. I can't buy into it. But looking past that, this segment kind of annoyed me because, again, it's one of those WWE booking decisions that it's like, let's make the crowd cheer. Let's give the baby faces their moment before, there's any kind of like crescendo to the storyline. It's like, all right, give the baby faces the power moment. I think this whole thing, like where, Damian was more or less just handling the Judgment Day. It made the Judgment Day, this new Judgment Day, look like a bunch of scrubs. That's how I felt by the end of this. I felt like they looked like a bunch of lames. They couldn't take out a really tall dude and a fucking broad. 4 of them couldn't do it. So, yeah, I think they should have gave the Judgment Day, this new Judgment Day, which I'm behind the new Judgment Day. I don't mind it, but it made them look like scrubs. It made them look like weak. Like, it made them look like weaklings, like Rhea said. It added nothing to, that I assume the mixed tag, I would hope Liv and Dom actually win that, because they did make a point of saying that Liv was able to give Dom the one thing that Rhea couldn't, which was a win over his dad. So maybe that's the kind of place they're going with this, is that Liv and Dom together actually do win matches. They're successful. So it's even if it's like not just a love thing, it's also mutually beneficial for them two to be together. So the mixed tag was set for Berlin, Bash in Berlin. But I hope they build the Judgment Day to look a lot stronger before Berlin. So we'll see how they fare on that. I did hear something that they're thinking of changing the name, or at least this was on the internet, that they're thinking of naming the new Judgment Day Street Trash. Now, I saw that, And immediately I thought, okay, WWE is definitely just trolling the fucking smart marks and the wrestling dirt sheets. And I hope so, because that name fucking stinks. I was a little surprised. I saw Wrestling Days going off about how he loved that name. A couple people, too.